Hello, folks. How you doing this morning slash night? I am personally doing great. I want to show you guys that I worked a part of this. It's actually a movie from way back in the day of 2017 called Treasure. I was part of that. It's by Hawassi Films, directed by Randall Moser. I was the first unit key grip, is what I was, and then I was also Bobby in Love Waits, which is this right here, which is this movie. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna try to. It's just cutting off part of the film. There it is. Love Waits, a Donald James Parker movie. So my thing here is I still also have my lines from that movie, believe it or not. So I don't know if you guys could see that or not. Point is, I still have them. And it's still, it's still something I was a part of. And that, these are some really great movies. This one's a short. This one's an actual 120 minutes long, I think, is what it was. Oh, 115. Correct me. 115. I was Bobby in this movie. So, and I still have my lines from the movie. So, I still have them. And it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being a part of it. Also, guys, check down at the bottom, Alive Shoes /brand /Sam F Shoes 2025. Those are some really high quality shoes. So just go check it out. And then I also worked for Jay Fox. He also gave me this. He signed a book of his, Triumph Over Tragedy. Jay Fox, gave me a message in there and signed it. This man here is Gary Nash. He is also part of the band, the Rising Up band. And then that was when I was working for the guy. I actually happened to be at the Nashville Film Institute when I got this book, and I paid for it, as I best remember, and got the gentleman's autograph. But I appreciate you for signing this, Kenyon, and I thank you for doing that for me if you're watching this. But it says this. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Looks like an invisible book, the way it looks over here. Here we go. Looks, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but he did sign it. And then my copy of the whole entire book of Love Waits, and signed. So this was also signed as well. And it's a book of the Love Waits by Donald James Parker, which is this guy at the bottom here. And very small letters, and portrait, very small portrait and letters both. And then as in this guy here, Most people know him as John Taffer off of Bar Rescue. If anybody's listening, thank you so much for sending a autographed memorabilia to me. Thank you so much, sir. You are an honor, and I like your business models that you put out there. So I do really like it. Um, and then two, I also have another person. I also have Mike Lindell's signature as well. I requested his a long time ago, so I have his autograph as well. So this is a personalized autograph. So, and then next thing, letter from the White House, folks. See that letter from the White House. I am going to read it to you all, and it is addressed to me, as you can see. I don't know if you see this. Wow, look at that signature. If you could tell from there. I don't know if you can tell. That's Trump's signature there. Says, Dear Samuel, thank you for taking the time to share your views. We are in the midst of the most extraordinary political reform in the history of our country since I've took office. And should be just a political, but also a job reform too. Not, Mr. President, there should be a job reform because these jobs have went following along with a political agenda that really isn't right to do the American people. There's several people that's lost their jobs due to discrimination over people's political views. And honestly, that should not go well with these corporation owners. These owners should be looking at, like, why do we have people firing people over this? What are they doing? Following a crazy agenda, or got a wild hair in their mind that they would just go out and do that? I mean, so it's not just that. I mean, you got some people that were upset. I had two elderly couples upset at me. Not at me, but personally, but upset the fact that Trump got arrested on 34 felonies in Fulton County, Georgia. And then on top of that, what also happened is they were upset that he was convicted and things, but they were upset not at me, but upset over the whole situation. And I said, ma'am, sir, all I could do is pray for you all, and also give you some numbers to our Congress or senator leaders. I mean, that's the people I would call. And that's what I told them. I was actually in a thrift store during this time, and these people thanked me very, 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 very much. It's something that you should have been there. But at the same time, he does say at the bottom of his letter, he said, the golden age of America is finally up on us, and we are only getting started. Thank you again for writing. May God bless you, and may he continue to bless the United States of America. Sincerely, Donald J. Trump. So, yes, this is, this come from Washington, D.C. And yes, I sent you back a letter. If you're watching this, I did send you back a letter. So, and part of it's regarding, let's see. I'm a business owner, but part of it's regarding the companies that are corporations that I work for. But when you go into your store with your brand of shirt on or something, just walking in there, as not using it to work as a work uniform, but using it just to walk in there, is considered apparently a no-no in a lot of these corporations' eyes. And the thing of it is, why are these small corporations afraid of a small business getting a dollar or two? That's what I want to know. And I want to know what's illegal about wearing your brand uh, at work of some sort. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, a lot of these companies I've worked for, they're grocery stores. They're not known for they're not some sort of shoe-in firm or some kind of clothing firm or whatever. They're that's what I don't understand. How is that how is that competition? They're not some big clothing shoe firm or anything like that. So what's the deal? And these companies are mostly known for carrying groceries. That's what their biggest deal is carrying groceries. That is their primary focus, is things like that, not worried about some small business owner wearing his or her t-shirt to work just briefly, and then change there at work to from their, his uniform to the company's working for uniform. As long as I changed in it and work in that uniform, that's all that matters. So it's not like I clocked in and whatnot. So, but the point is that, um, you know, that's ridiculous, And then you got some people wanting to talk to me about Christianity and my faith, and yes, but according to this man, he's going to allow Christianity to be in our country. Your big corporations are not going to stop that. Okay, um, if I mean you're looking at a major infringement on the Bill of Rights if they infringe upon others over somebody being a Christian or whatnot. So he's not going to allow that. He makes that clear in this letter, actually, that he is working every day. Administration is working tirelessly to seal our borders, crack down on violent crime, bring back law and order to our communities. We have enforced our federal immigration laws, removed thousands of dangerous illegal aliens from our neighborhoods, stopped the flow of illicit drugs pouring across the border, and achieved the most secure border in our nation's history. At the same time, we are rebuilding the economy, reassuring our manufacturing base, slashing prices, unleashing American energy like never before, cutting government waste, purging left-wing indoctrination. See, purging left-wing indoctrination. He's just, now getting started. Preserving American culture, customs, history, heritage, making America healthy again, reasserting peace through strength on the world stage to deter our enemies and protect American interests. So that is what he is doing. With resolve, we will continue to build on this extraordinary momentum. We will rescue the American dream. Above all, we will make our country safer, stronger, and greater than ever before. And that is what he has said. So I have made it. I have asked him about that. I think the left-wing indoctrination is called when they get rid of the Bill of Rights, get rid of the Declaration of Independence, get rid of the Constitution altogether. That to me is left-wing indoctrination. Okay, and when you do that, you're costing the freedoms of people that are veterans or people, when you take up our freedoms, our veterans served, and my golly, they're going to be pissed off and mad, and they have a right to be pissed off and mad because they went and served our country, but here you people are taking up our rights and everything. So no wonder there's people upset and mad out there. Um, you know, And the thing I'm trying to say here is also is is that we should be we should be allowed to go and do what we want, run our own business on top of working for a corporation as a side gig. I mean, we should be allowed to do that. We should be allowed to go and work for people, of whoever we want. But instead, we're all being, treated as if we're criminals or something, uh, or some sort of some sort of person that don't know what they're doing. Like they play these psychology games like, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm trying to run my brand, do everything I can, you know, to make a living, get by. What are you doing? Dogging people to death? What are you doing? Making people's lives miserable as a manager? Or you got to think of that too. What are you doing to help the community and make the community a better place? I mean, that's what I would like to know. So, but anyways, I had to send that in to the president of the United States when these corporations act like it's illegal to promote your brand inside of a store. But just, I mean, I'm talking about anywhere, not just the dollar store, Walmart, right, etc. I'm talking about you're gonna make small business owners mad, and some of them have probably boycotted you already. So over the crazy restrictions you put on your customers or employees over a shirt being worn at work that's somebody's brand and they work for themselves, or it's just all the way around just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's policies like that must go, because that's what I call the woke agenda. And the woke is to go broke, and woke is not a good thing to be a part of, period. um, you know Look at the backlash. I'll give you a few examples. Look at the backlash Cracker Barrel is getting. Look at the backlash as a few other major corporations have got. So where is this ideology of being woke going? How are you all, other than you guys are making a full center stage and fools out of yourselves by going this far? you know and that's the point that the American people and others have been trying to make, but we're all hushed up and censored and told not to talk about it. So, well, we're talking about it so you know how to run your business, and hate to see things that's been out there for years to go away and dissolve. you know that's what the issue is here.